I've always believed that there's more to this world than what we can see. My mother used to say that the world is layered, that things exist alongside us, just out of sight. She taught me to trust my instincts, to listen when something felt wrong. I've always respected that advice, until the night I learned exactly why she was right. It was late November, one of those nights where the cold seems to seep into your bones no matter how many layers you wear. I had been struggling to sleep lately, waking up at odd hours for no reason at all. That night was no different. I checked my phone. 2:43 a.m. Too early to be morning, too late to still be considered night. I sighed and rolled onto my side, trying to ignore the heavy silence of the house. Then, knock, knock, knock. The sound was soft but deliberate. My heart kicked up a notch. I lay there holding my breath, waiting. Maybe I had imagined it. Knock, knock, knock. 3 measured taps coming from the front door. A deep unease settled in my gut. No one knocked on doors at this hour. I sat up slowly, my ears straining in the darkness. The knock came again, insistent, but not forceful. Just waiting. Against my better judgment, I got up, wrapping my robe tightly around me as I padded toward the door. I hesitated before looking through the peephole. A child stood on my porch. She was small, maybe 8 or 9 years old, wearing a thin hoodie despite the freezing temperature. Her head was tilted downward, so I couldn't see her face. I felt an immediate, almost primal fear. Something about her presence wasn't right. I hesitated before clearing my throat. "Hello?" She didn't respond. I placed a hand on the doorknob, but didn't turn it. Something in the back of my mind screamed, "Don't open the door." Then, in a voice too soft for comfort, she said, "Can I come in?" Every instinct in me recoiled. She didn't ask for help. She didn't sound scared or lost. She just waited. I swallowed hard. "Where are your parents?" No answer. She lifted her head just enough for me to see. Her eyes. Black. Pitch black. No whites. No pupils. Just endless, empty voids. My breath caught in my throat. The fear I felt before. Nothing compared to this. I stepped back instinctively, my hands cold despite the heat running through the house. She took a small step forward. "Please," she said again. A sudden pressure filled the air, thick and suffocating. My skin prickled, as if unseen eyes were watching me from every corner of the house. I wanted to slam the door, but for some reason my body wouldn't move. Then another voice. "Let us in." My stomach dropped. I shifted my gaze slightly and saw another child standing at the edge of my porch. A boy, older, maybe 12. Same hoodie, same unnatural stillness, same black eyes. The girl pressed her palm against the door. My body finally obeyed, and I took a shaky step back. My mother's words came flooding back. "Never invite something in unless you're sure it belongs." I can't help you," I said, my voice unsteady. Their faces remained blank, their expressions unreadable. Then, as if someone had flipped a switch, the pressure vanished. The girl lowered her hand. The boy took a step back, and without another word, they turned. They walked down the porch steps, disappearing into the dark street. I stood there, heart hammering, barely breathing. I didn't move until the sun started to rise. And even then, I wasn't sure if what I'd seen was real. I told myself it was over, but some part of me knew better. The next night I forced myself to stay awake, jumping at every little sound. The wind against the window, the house settling, my own breathing. Then, exactly at 2:43 a.m, knock, 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 the same slow, measured knocks. A chill ran down my spine. I stayed completely still, gripping my blankets, listening. Knock, knock, knock. They were back. This time I didn't move toward the door. Then, scraping. Not at the front door, at my bedroom window. My breath caught. I turned my head slowly, heart pounding so hard I thought it would burst. The girl stood outside the window, her face inches from the glass. She shouldn't have been able to reach it. My bedroom was on the second floor, yet there she was, staring. I couldn't see her mouth, just those empty black eyes. I clenched my jaw, forcing myself to move. I grabbed my phone, my hands shaking, and turned on the flashlight. The second the beam hit the window, she was gone. The fear in my chest was so suffocating I nearly collapsed. I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. The next morning I called my mother. She answered groggily. "It's barely 6. What's wrong?" I hesitated, then told her everything. She was silent for a long time. Then she said, "Listen to me carefully." "Did you invite them in?" I shuddered. "No." "Good." Her voice was sharper now, more alert. "They need permission. If you had let them in, you wouldn't be talking to me right now." A cold dread settled over me. "You need to cleanse the house," she continued. "Salt the doors and windows. Burn sage if you have it. And whatever you do, don't acknowledge them again." I could hear something in her voice, a tremor of something that sounded almost like fear. "You've heard of them before," I said quietly. A pause. "Yes," she admitted, "but we'll talk later." Do what I said. Now I did. I salted every entrance. I burned sage until the house reeked of it. And when night fell, I sat awake in my living room, waiting. The knock never came. I don't know where they went, or if they'll ever return. But every night, exactly at 2:43 a.m., I wake up, and I can't shake the feeling that somewhere, just beyond the edge of my vision, they're still watching, waiting.